Hello. Um, Today I am going to try and make a comprehensive guide on how I dig through the Department of Justice Epstein library. One, while gathering useful information and sifting through the fluff. And two, not driving yourself crazy. Because there's a lot of shit that, frankly, you just don't need to read right now. So, investigation basics. First off, you want to identify why you're investigating. Why are you going through it? Are you just curious? Okay, cool. This guide is specifically for people who wish to use this evidence in a constructive manner to get legal cases moving forward. First, you identify your interest. 1. There are 3 big buckets of materials in the Epstein files. Sexual/abusive. This bucket is full of the abuse he enacted sexually towards girls, boys, men, and women, and the blackmail he obtained on all of the victims and, more importantly, the perpetrators. 2. Biological and metaphysical. This bucket is full of conversation around pathogens, viruses, cloning, biological warfare, depopulation, sacrifice, and much more. Eugenics is a big player here and probably explains a lot of what Jeffrey did and why he did it. 3. Intel. Epstein also dealt intelligence. Blackmail again, influence, deals, favors, litter this part of the files. He also used info collected from the other 2 categories. He would push his will and agency onto others with this information. This indeed is a loose categorization, as some files fit into all of them and some fit into none. But it is a good place to start, especially if you don't know really how to dissect this. One point I do want to make: this is not regular investigative information. This is shit that the FBI is supposed to sift through before people, the public, ever actually see it. It's raw data. Now it's up to us to sift through it. Yay! While discovering your avenues and digging through the files, I would recommend, it's what I have done as well, do some analog writing as well as electronic saving for evidence. A really easy way to just keep your stuff straight is to make a T-chart on like a notebook, a piece of paper. I would recommend notebook because there's quite a few names and files in there. Make a T-chart, and then on the left-hand side, you write name. On the right-hand side, you write EFTA. And then below the top T line, you put the name of the person you found. And then on the other side, you put the number of the EFTA file that implicates them or shows that they made a crime, yada, yada, yada. That is a very good, very easy, and very transmittable way to keep this evidence organized so you're not just running yourself ragged. Once you have your T-chart set up and everything's ready to go, you should leave 2 lines blank below the name that you've written. That way you have room for address, place of employment. You need to know what state they live in because that is the one of the police departments that could investigate them. You could also write in the state that the crime happened in if you can prove that it was that state the crime happened in. That's a much better way, but it's also a lot harder. So, that's another reason why I think we should have 3 files at least. You have 3 lines, 3 files on the right-hand side, the EFTA numbers, and then on the left-hand side, name, address, place of employment, or, name, extra information, because we can't do it just off a name. After deciding what avenue or avenues you've been you have chosen to dig through, try to find good keywords. You may start broad until you find a specifically useful one for you. A few good ones to start with are girls, oops, whoops, fuck, jerky, and massage. After you use some of those broad keywords, you can dig through files, search for what is evidence, what is not, what's useful, what is not, and then from there, see what the person you're digging into speaks like. You can use keywords that they say to then further a more specific search. My goal with all of this, and one I would encourage to you to mantle as well, is to find and sort incriminating evidence into their own smaller, local cases across the country. Not all of these cases would be taken, but there's enough names in there to make too many to fail. Once you have your keywords, or a name if you have a local elite or billionaire that you know is crooked, your target should be files that explicitly show a crime, or files that together show a crime. Some examples are Bill Gates. This shows how he not committed a crime himself, was surrounded by criminals, and there was definitely blackmail going on. While Bill Gates may not be subject to conviction because of this evidence, it very much is at least cause for investigation around his company and the people running it. Stephen Victor, MD. I mean, look at it. Literally blatant incrimination. You just incriminated yourself. You're done. Richard Barnett. I don't really need to say more on this one. I mean, fucking read that shit. That is not incriminating, quote unquote, since it's only one dialogue exchange. It's very much cause for investigation, especially when it's in Epstein's orbit. Try your best to have at least 3 files per name showing their crimes. They may not always be possible, but try as you can. I believe if enough people push a local case forward, they are taken much more seriously. If we did that with each individual case of materials that would build a case in the Epstein files, we could force local governments to go over the federal head and investigate all of these smaller cases, not just one federal case that's been canceled. After acquiring this evidence, you have to organize somehow. Whether that's getting your cop uncle to push the evidence up the chain of command to someone who can actually use it, or gathering 50 plus people and protesting the police station to take the damn case. Remember, this only works, though, if you have grounds for investigation or other incriminating evidence. It cannot be just, oh, he spoke to Epstein. Oh, he paid him $20,000. Like, well, he might have actually just renovated someone's house. Or that might have been an honest deal. It's annoying. It sucks. But you have to dig through and make sure that it is cause for investigation. Our goal is not conviction yet, but lawful investigation. If our local police are able to bust these people for cases that happen to be within a canceled federal one, more so happen to be within a federal Department of Justice library, well, very good job. I hope that this was helpful. Me and some others are doing this right now. And if you would like to help, there is a Discord in the description. Either way, happy hunting. To show that this works, by the way, I will be posting these cases, the ones I have found individually here, in the coming weeks. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you consider this guide. Thank you very much.